twin flames, twin souls. What happens in this dynamic when you've got two twin flames in a relationship in this reality and one of them passes back to spirit? How does this affect the one that's left? How does it affect the one that's passed on? What does it bring up and trigger from any other past life experiences or multi-dimensional experiences that these two souls have engaged with each other? We are also our own twin flames on some level. Twin flames, twin souls. What happens in this dynamic when you've got two twin flames in a relationship in this reality and one of them passes back to spirit? How does this affect the one that's left? How does it affect the one that's passed on? What does it bring up and trigger from any other past life experiences or multi-dimensional experiences that these two souls have engaged with each other? So I had a client recently who has been going through this experience, a beautiful soul in her feminine form in this reality, married to her partner, and the partner passed away. And going into the healing session, when I had to kind of figure out what was going on, I didn't realize that they were twin flames and having this kind of extra special bond. But I went into another lifetime, past life, another soul experience where the two of them had a lifetime together. And in that lifetime, the soul of this woman that I was working with, the soul that she was in the relationship with, a twin flame in this other reality, was her brother. She was masculine too in this other reality. And he died suddenly. Now when someone dies suddenly, there's always grief around the chest, around the lungs. It always kicks up a lot of grief. Sometimes it kicks up a lot of guilt, which is held in the liver. Sometimes the stuck emotion gets stuck in the intestines. We went into another past life as well, where the same two twin souls have been together. In this other relationship, it was a father-daughter situation, and the father had lost the daughter. More grief, more guilt, shame, guilt for not saving his daughter, not being able to look after his daughter. It wasn't his fault, but as a father, if you don't outlive your daughter, you're gonna feel a little bit guilty on some level. It's a natural human thing. Most people can't get over that. So these two past life experiences where the same twin soul, twin flame, had been in a relationship with the other part of the soul, in both of these realities, all kind of exacerbated, and all of this stuff was brought to the forefront. So not only are we dealing with the trauma in this reality, we're also dealing with the other two traumas in the other two realities. Now, what's so beautiful about this experience is we can go and connect with the aspects of the soul in those other realities and bring them into healing. I asked permission if it was okay to bring the other piece of the other half of the soul into healing from the lady, the goddess that I was working with, her partner, his piece of the soul. So I brought both of those from both of those realities into healing for him, because I was given permission for that, and her pieces into healing. So you had three realities, both twins, in all three realities going into healing. That's magical. What is even more beautiful, when you've got someone that understands this process, they can go into that 0 point, they can connect, they can slow down their brain waves, slow down their heart rate, and get into that altered state of consciousness where they start to move to the other side and actually connect with the other half of their soul in the spirit world, in a different dimensional space. And they can be together and hold space for each other whilst all three realities are going through the healing process. Because as a physical human, when those aspects are brought into healing, it's going to bring up the guilt, it's going to bring up the fear, it's going to bring up the shame, it's going to bring up the abandonment. Anything that's rising on a DNA cellular level is going to come up to the surface for transmutation. If you're dealing with that on a kind of a single soul level, it's one thing. Dealing with it on a twin flame level, everything's amplified and exacerbated. But when you kind of cross over and reconnect in that other dimensional field and hold space for each other, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And so it's really important to understand how these dynamics work, and to not be in fear of it, to not see it as something that's too much or too intense, but to embrace the totality of this incredible dynamic and allow the healing to unfold and just be so grateful, deeply grateful, immensely grateful for this huge, beautiful experience that you get to have as a human soul, or as a soul in a human body, having this human experience and seeing it from multiple perspectives, from the soul inside the physical body, from the consciousness outside of the physical body, on the other side with the other piece of your soul, having this dual experience, reconnected in the multidimensional playing fields. This is phenomenal. When it comes to this kind of twin flame experience, it's really important to know that within inside every single human, that unity can occur. This masculine and feminine, zero pointed and equilibrium. You know, this twin flame experience can happen within each of us. We are also our own twin flames on some level, because everything's connected. At the same time, there are souls that are deeply connected that split and go and have multiple experiences apart from each other. Sometimes in different human vessels in the same human reality. Sometimes these souls, they split and they go off and they're on different timelines. But there's always this multi-dimensional connection. And bringing your consciousness outside of your body, or bringing your light body, your soul, outside of your body, and going and reconnecting on that deeper level. All of this stuff's possible. Healing is beautiful. It's really important to note that as a human being, you know, we're like biological computers. And whenever we go into a healing experience and we bring soul fragments, pieces of us, back into this now space that have been lost in the field, still caught in that traumatic, energetic cycle which happens when you bring a piece of your soul out and bring it back home. This is also stored on a DNA level. Stuff that we've experienced past lives, ancestrally, multiple timelines back, is stored in our DNA, our RNA, and we have to go in and wipe out that code, change that code, go in and clean it, clean that computer code. Imagine you've got, 50, 75, 100 trillion cells. How many is it really? Actually, doesn't really matter, but you've got a bundle of cells in your body. Imagine they're all like glass bottles, okay, and they've all got fizzy drink inside, and that fizzy drink is the toxicity that has been stored for eons, hundreds, thousands, even millions of years if you go back through some of your galactic incarnation, back to the stars. All of that toxicity compounds and compounds. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of your soul experiences are beautiful and empowering, but some of them, they create a little bit of chaos. At the same time, it's beautiful because it's coming up for healing so you can grow and remember, learn. But going and clearing out that computer code is really important. It's like taking the lid off all those bottles. That stuff comes rushing up to the surface. And sometimes it can take days, weeks, months. But it's a process. Some people call it a healing crisis. I never use that terminology. Why would you call it a crisis? It's a beautiful situation. Just because someone's going through a little bit of a process, they might be having some ups, downs, anger, jealousy, rejection, fear, whatever it is, guilt, shame, trauma. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. And if we can keep our heart open, be very present when we go through these processes, we can just hug ourselves through the process. Like a caterpillar going into a chrysalis, you know you're going to come out like a beautiful butterfly and take graceful, geometrical, electrical flight at some point and grace the world with your beautiful presence, those beautiful wings. But whilst you're going through the process, just like the caterpillar going into the mush inside the chrysalis, it kicks back, relaxes, and trusts the process. That's what we've got to do as human beings when we're going through our healing process. Trust it. We always come out the other side and we fly lighter, a higher frequency, more in that 0 point. It's magical. So wherever you are on this planet, beautiful soul, go out into the world, love your sisters and brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never, ever, ever be the first to let go. It's a beautiful medicine. Hug it, man. If you want to know how to heal people or facilitate the healing of other people rapidly, go to starmagichealing.org and check out our training pages. We've trained thousands of people in more than 60 countries now, from China to America, everywhere in between. We're building healing centers. So if you're interested in this kind of mission, go and get trained. Come and get trained in our tribe and come and work in one of our centers. You know, my mission is your mission is my mission. We have one mission, and that's to raise and elevate consciousness, to expand our hearts, to unify as sisters and brothers on this planet. There's no other way, there's no other choice. Alchemy, we're powerful architects, spiritual gangsters, sovereign soldiers, Jedis. I love you so much. Remember to check out our ascension tools too inside Infinity. We've got hundreds of guided meditations, light language transmissions, cosmic yoga videos, high frequency nutrition, breathwork, mystery school teachings, private groups so you can connect with awesome souls just like you on this same human mission. It's beautiful, it's a game. Have fun, smile, love the process. And I'll see you soon. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace and love, beautiful soul. I'll see you soon.